Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really getting into it. Day one of the Florida versus Donna Adelson trial. Specifically, that key witness testimony.
Right.
You sent us some amazing stuff, courtroom recaps, legal takes, and our job is basically to pull out the most, jaw-dropping facts.
And the critical insights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially what it all means for this alleged conspiracy. Okay, so let's try and unpack this.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think, is we're not just looking at what was said, but the strategy behind it, how it played out in court. This deep dive, it's going to show how the prosecution's, their star witness gave these devastating details about the murder for hire plot.
Right.
But at the same time, maybe created a real hurdle for their own case against Donna Adelson.
A paradox, like you said.
Exactly. It's a real paradox.
Okay, so who was this key witness, the one the prosecution put up right on day one? What was his role?
Okay, so that was Luis Rivera. He came in custody. He's the confessed accomplice to the trigger man, Sigfredo Garcia.
Right, Garcia. Rivera's already a convicted felon. He's doing, I think, 19 years currently. Concurrent sentence for second-degree murder in this case.
Concurrent, so it runs alongside other time.
Yeah, not added on top. And he's cooperating, made it clear. Nobody coached him, just told him to tell the truth.
Wow. That's quite the source, someone that deep inside.
Whew.
So how did the actual plot start to come out through what he said?
Well, this is where it gets really critical. Rivera testified he was hired directly for the Dan Markel murder.
Hired by who?
Through his childhood friend, Sigfredo Garcia. And Garcia, according to Rivera, was brought in by Katherine
Magbanua. The link?
Rivera explicitly called her the crucial link, connecting the guys doing the hit to the people supposedly behind it all.
And Rivera seemed pretty clear on the motive, too, right? He said something like, they wanted the kids?
Yeah, that was his understanding. That Wendy Adelson, Markel's ex-wife, wanted full custody, and, Markel was killed so she could get it.
And the money, how did that connect? Did he know where it came from? He connected it to the dentist, Charlie Adelson.
Okay. Katherine Magbanua's boyfriend, Wendy's brother.
Right. And the payment itself was interesting. Rivera got $35,000 cash.
35 grand.
Yeah, and it was bundled up neatly, like $1,000 stacks, all $100 bills. Rivera himself said that was unusual.
Unusual how?
Well, not your typical street payment, right?
Right.
It hints at something maybe more organized, maybe even, laundered cash rather than just grabbing bills out of an ATM. It's subtle, but it points towards the alleged financiers.
Okay, so we have the motive, the money trail starting. Let's talk about the actual act. Yeah. The journey there was, kind of wild, wasn't it?
It really was. Rivera talked about 2 trips to Tallahassee.
2 trips?
Yeah. The first one, back in June 2014, was just recon. But it failed.
Why?
Because Markel had his children with him. And Rivera, he actually said, quote, I was going to do nothing in front of no kids.
Huh. A line they wouldn't cross.
Huh.
Still, pretty chilling planning.
Definitely meticulous stalking. Then they came back.
The second trip. July 2014. This was it.
This was it. They rented a car, a green Prius. And here's where it gets almost darkly comedic. On the way to commit the murder, Garcia accidentally fires his gun.
No way.
Yes. Shoots right through the floor of the rental car, hits the gas tank.
You're kidding. So much for professional.
Exactly. They had to get help from some local drug dealer to patch it up. It just shows, the chaos at the street level of this thing.
Wow. Okay, so they patch up the car. Then what?
Then, July 18th, 2014. They follow Markel from his gym back to his house. Garcia goes into the garage, shoots him twice in the head. Rivera's driving the Prius.
And the gun.
Garcia tossed it off an overpass into some water later, but they weren't totally clean.
How so?
ATM photos. Hours later, down in Pembroke Pines, showing Rivera and Garcia together, a nice little digital breadcrumb trail for investigators.
Okay, so Rivera lays out the murder plot, the execution. Brutal details.
Yeah.
But then things got complicated regarding Donna Adelson herself, right?
Yes. This is where the defense, I imagine, saw a major opportunity.
What happened?
Well, Rivera's knowledge about the wider Adelson family seemed limited, surprisingly so.
And what?
Like, he didn't even know where Charlie Adelson lived, didn't know about some safe full of money Charlie supposedly had.
Really?
Yeah, and Rivera actually said if he had known about a safe full of cash, he probably would have just robbed Charlie instead of doing the murder job up in Tallahassee.
Wow. Okay. That really speaks to how directly connected, or maybe not connected, he felt to the top.
Exactly. It shows a kind of distance.
So his testimony locks down the murder for hire itself, but what about Donna? Where did the defense go with this?
Straight for the jugular, basically. During cross-examination, they got Rivera to confirm something crucial.
Which was?
He confirmed he had marked X's next to photos of Donna Adelson and Harvey Adelson. And he stated, point blank, he had no knowledge of them being involved in the murder plot.
No knowledge. From the guy hired to help carry it out.
Precisely. Well, that's a huge win for the defense, coming from the state's own star witness on day one.
So, wrapping this up, what's the takeaway here? Rivera proves the hit happened, proves the conspiracy existed at some level.
Right. A brutal murder for hire, no doubt.
But then he explicitly cuts Donna Adelson out of his knowledge base. It creates this fascinating tension.
It really does. And if we zoom out, look at the big picture, it raises a really important question, maybe for you listening.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a star witness, an actual insider to the crime, who testifies, I didn't know this specific defendant was involved, how does the prosecution bridge that gap? How do they convince a jury, beyond a reasonable doubt, that she was involved?
Yeah.
What does that tell us about proving these complex conspiracy cases, especially when you have, potentially multiple layers between the alleged mastermind and the people who actually carry it out?
A lot to think about there.
Definitely something to mull over until our next deep dive.